All right, all right, all right. Shalom, 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 shalom. All right. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. Right? Dead. Flatline dead. And we're already in the catbird seat, if you will. All right. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America, right? To wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the people on this side, who today are you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Speckled Bird. All right? Get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in order. All right? The ordinances. Rehearse the righteous acts, okay? That is our mission. Repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, get back in order. Right? Because there is no more time. Anyway, we're still out here, so heed the call. We face the east. Call Hallelujah, Halabah Hashem, Yahweh Hashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone. Even the elders that came before them and taught us his truth. Shalom and salutation to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful like tabernacle of David. All right? Shalom. We're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We had the Passover the other day. It was beautiful. Solemn assembly, right? And here we are, post-Passover, and things are just taking off, right? What's taking off? Well, tomorrow, right, could be this Project Bluebeam, all right? So, I mean, where do we start? 2 Corinthians 2:11. All right, let's get it out of the way because this devil is moving quick. 2:11. Bear with me. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Everybody knows about Project Bluebeam, okay? But when did they say they were going to do it? Well, they didn't. They didn't come out and say, well, we're going to do Project Bluebeam on Easter Sunday. But somebody came out and said that the UFOs are going to manifest themselves, right? We know that no man knoweth the time, right? Let's get that. I should know that, but let's just see how it goes. I didn't set this up, so it's a lot good. Let's set it up real quick, fast. There we go. Should be on. Salakia. No man knoweth the time. The elder apostle is cracking. Okay, no man. See, so anybody coming in with a date, right? So like I'm getting these messages and it's blocking. I haven't turned this phone on since. No man knoweth when his hour will come. Wait. No. If. But no if. The time. The man knoweth the Son that the Father knoweth. Hence he is. Salaki, bear with me. Salaki. Howbeit we know this man whence he is, but nope. No man knoweth the time. I mean, Salakia. Let me get it out of the. Shouldn't be this hard, but it clearly is. New man. Is that good? What the hell? Salakia. It's gonna make it hard. This phone is cracked. Do it so slowly. Matthew 24:36. I should know that off the back of my hand. Forgive me. Salakia. 24:40. 24:46. 36. Salakia. Matthew 24:30. I'm going to start at 33. Matthew 24:33. So likewise, this is in red letters, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day, what day? The day of the Lord. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Now, what is that talking about? All right, I had to go all that way to do what? Okay. Nobody knows when this thing is going to happen. Okay. Nobody knows when. Okay. So, when you get things like this guy coming in hot, talking about something's going to happen on Easter, which is tomorrow. What's going to happen? According to him, let's get it. Okay, so this guy, man, here he is. He pops right in. UFO of God.
3 o'clock in the morning, I hear a voice.
So, let me connect it to this speaker. Hold on. So I set all this crap up. Bluetooth on. JBL. There we go. Let's try it now. Now, what's to work with me today? Yeah. Okay, so listen to this guy, Chris Bledsoe. All right, now what is he saying? He's saying that tomorrow UFOs are going to show up, and then he connected those UFOs, right, to who he calls Jesus. So let's watch this.
Morning, I hear a voice. Woke me out of a dead sleep, and a real deep, manly voice that said, "Arise." And next thing I know, I'm led outside by these shadowy beings. And this is where I met the lady. She appeared.
Did she ever talk to you?
Yeah, she came at me like the wind. That was the weirdest thing, George, the wind.
Mariah.
Physical. It was a physical thing.
Now, tell me about this glow.
Prince of the Power
you
of
say
the
she
Air.
had.
She was glowing this bluish white
Like an aura?
aura around her, but it lit the floor on the ground in about a 20-foot circle. Around her was this bluish
Blue beam.
lit area, and I'm on my knees, probably a good 8 feet from her at the furthest point. I couldn't reach and touch, but her feet were about my chin. She's about 4 feet tall, 4.5 feet tall. And she looked at me and she said, "You know why I'm here. This is your burden." you must bear. You got to tell what you know. And if you do, I'll help you. I'll help you take videos and film us, and I'll help you share our presence with other people.
Who's that?
3 o'clock in the morning.
That
I hear a
is
voice
Esau
woke me out of a
running
dead
his
sleep.
counterintelligence program.
Deep manly
Okay.
voice.
Now that's the guy, all right, who said what? That's the guy that said on Easter 2026, the UFOs are going to show, the orbs are going to show themselves. Okay? Now, what does that mean? He's saying that the UFOs are going to make themselves known to man on a specific day. What does that mean to us that know the truth? Okay? We can go back. Let's go back to 2 Corinthians 2. That's where we started from. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. What's going to happen tomorrow? Here's what's going to happen tomorrow. If anything happens and UFOs show up, that's the same white lady in blue light. That blue light is blue beam that he saw. That the government made this guy see and then gave him this date for what? For blue beam to be unfurled. Could that happen tomorrow? It very well could. Everything lines up. This guy said when the missiles start happening with Iran, okay, Salaki. He said when the missiles happen with Iran, okay, that's when the orbs are going to show up. Oh, well, of course, we all know that. But when are they going to show up and introduce themselves? That's called Project Blue Beam. Okay. So here's probably what's going on. You know what I have to do is I got to go back and find out, because I know I made a video on it too, where BB got mad after the first what they call the 12-day war, right? Immediately after that, BB got mad because he got his butt kicked. And I know that I made some lessons on it, but what the story was this, and they didn't let it get out into the open. But what happened was BB got a nuke together and delivered it. And they went and delivered the nuke, and the nuke somehow got shot down. Okay? I made lessons on that, and I need to see. It had to be like November, so what would I have called it? Let me try to find it. Salakia. Come into my videos. If I can find that, see, because that's just coming out right now. How do I look for my videos only? Videos from. Oh, I have to do that in. I'm not sure. I have to do that in that app, right? It's called. Let me check that real quick. It's called. Damn, I don't have that app on here. Or do I have to? It doesn't look like I do. YouTube, whatever you call it. I'm trying to look for that. Let's see. It would be in my videos going back to November. So, those have a date on it? How many months? I think the only way I'd be able to find it, how many months. What is this? The fourth month? January, February, March, April. This is 6 months ago. I think it's worth the squeeze here. 2 months. Let's go back 6 months and see if we can find where if it was in November that BB launched a nuke, because if that's true, then what this guy Bledsoe said in November, that they shot the nuke down, they stopped it from happening. He actually said that. There's 5 months. Here's Candio hiding the camp video. Let's see. Giant sucking sound. Okay, we're in 6 months. Let's see. Blue beam. What was I talking about? Oh, that BB did something crazy. Traffic. Salaki, bear with me. Desperate times. There's 6 months there. I should be able to search it. I can search it on my laptop, but I can't right here. Let's see. Shooter. Salaki, bear with me. This is 7 months. So what happened? Let me see if I could just pull it. Camp shooter. That was Charlie Kirk. Maybe they did that because of that. Bye traffic, chased ones, devil horn. Let's see. When did they do that? Let's see. Oh, that was during the whole how soon will BB attack? That's really weird. He was in a chariot. Who was? Oh. Yeah. Demonic attacks will increase. Let me see how long until BB attacks. See? So Lockie, bear with me. Let me see what this says.
Shalom and citation to all the brothers that pursue word of truth and sincerity.
Let's see what this is about.
Right back to war. Okay, that was the plan. Get the hostages back and bomb the shit. But then what peace? We don't even have to go back here.
So okay, bear with me.
First Thessalonians 5:3 in the NLT. When people are saying
peace and
ceasefire, well, there's stories about, well, here come the bombs and the Hamas caretakers are throwing mattresses on top of the Israeli hostage to keep them alive. their lives, that's their bargaining chip. As long as they keep care of, they did everything they could to take care of that devil. You understand?
This may just be another pause between wars. I think that it's very fair to say, though, that this, and it's what I've been saying on your show, on our live streams at the Gray Zone for the past 2 years, is that this could have all been stopped with one phone call. And finally, the phone call arrived, and the will from the Trump administration came as Trump became obsessed with his legacy and obsessed with obtaining the Nobel Prize. And he provided instructions to Steve Witkoff and sent his son-in-law from seemingly out of the wilderness, who has a clear stake in some real estate in the neighborhood, to make this deal happen. And the US finally demonstrated some flexibility in forcing both sides to get to a yes without having all terms immediately agreed upon. But the reality is that Hamas had always been flexible, and this isn't just me saying that. This is a veteran Israeli peace processor from the sort of liberal peace camp who had emerged as a back channel in 2024 between the various factions, Hamas, the US, Israel. His name is Gershon Baskin.
Stop it right there. I'm gonna go to Scott Ray because he tells a different story. Scott says that the Israelis got their asses kicked and they had to stop. They had to make these deals because they ain't got nothing.
Scott, on a point that not many people are talking about in terms of why Israel and why there is this ceasefire plan being implemented right now in Gaza. Just before this happened, Scott, Israeli media has noted this, and they've said that parties, opposition parties, and figures like Lieberman, Golan, Naftali Bennett, and others have been meeting to topple the government. And I know you, Scott, have talked about Netanyahu's predicament as well as Israel's overall. How about we start with why this ceasefire, why this peace plan has been implemented, and what people might be missing about it as the first phase begins?
Well, first of all, it's a plan that's long overdue. Netanyahu has.
See how everybody has a tendency to say, well, finally, we should have did that. No, nigga, you just conducted a fucking genocide. And now it's all good. We're back on track. Hell.
Fuck, I'm gonna stop that. Fair use. I'm gonna have to find that because I know for sure, right, that there was an attempted nuclear strike on Iran after the 12-day war, and it was thwarted. And I know that I made some lessons on it, so I'm gonna have to go and pull those lessons. And what I'm trying to do is verify what this guy, Chris Bledsoe, said, that the war in heaven, where he said that they were fighting and then the angels came up and stopped, right, what would have led to World War III. What would have led to World War III then? If Bibi sent a nuke and the angels stopped because it wasn't time for that yet. Okay, they're holding back the four winds. That's what that means. When the angels are out there stopping this war from the four winds, are the destruction. Somebody went premature on a nuke, and the Most High it's not the Most High's time. The angels are stopping them. That's what it means, that they're holding back the four winds. The four winds is the destruction that's going to come by what? This war. Okay. Yes, in Israel. No. They sent nukes. Okay, and then until we have to verify that, because it was hidden. But we did lessons on it to be able to prove it, and that's what the Spirit has us do these lessons for. It's fresh in my mind, and it largely went unnoticed. Okay, and I can't find anything on it right now. It would go back to November, or it would go back to when did they even? What was that? July, August. When was the 12-day war? Let me search that real quick. And I could probably see. Did Israel try to send a nuke on Iran, and it was shut down? It was shut down. AI is going to refuse to end, and it was shut down. The plane delivering it was, you can't shoot down. Yeah, shut up. AI nigga. Yo. Come on, you're supposed to search. Am I gonna search it? It's a lucky river. Okay, I'm not seeing anything about it. 12-day war started when? June. 12-day war was an armed conflict which lasted from 13 to 24 June. So June, July, August. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna verify, okay? Because let's get that. Let's get this guy saying, okay, what he said. And bear with me on this. Chris Bledsoe. It just comes right up now when I need it. What did he say?
Back in December of 2024, Chris Bledsoe made a prediction. He said orbs would appear during the Israel-Iran conflict, and he called them angels. Red Panda Koala just posted the original clip on X. Take a listen.
I've been saying the whole time that these orbs are going to come and wake us up. And I even gave specific times that when that might happen, and that's when you see
But yeah,
Back in December of 2024,
but
Chris Bledsoe.
Howard Shy didn't give him no specific time. See, how you gonna give specific time, and then you turn around talk about you talking about Yahweh Shah or Jesus, right? That's what all this is about. This is about Jesus, right? That's according to Chris Bledsoe. So how is it that only the Most High knows the times, but you're giving specific times? So that, I mean, on its face,
Made a prediction. He said orbs
it's a lot.
would appear during the Israel-Iran conflict, and he called them angels. Red Panda Koala just posted the original clip on X. Take a listen.
I've been saying the whole time that these orbs are going to come and wake us up. And I even gave specific times that when that might happen, and that's when you see war between Israel and Iran. They are really alarmed. The orbs, to me, they're angels to me.
Back in December of 2024,
They're
Chris
angels.
Bledsoe-
Oh, gotta cut that. So, let me see. So look. This guy is saying that they stopped the war. Basement contact drones. Orbs, drones, and new knowledge. See, he's talking about a new knowledge coming on Easter. So how the only way that UFOs could bring a new knowledge, right, on Easter, none of that makes sense to the truth, okay? We don't deal with Easter. Number one, it would have been on the Passover if it was dealing with Yahushua. Yahushua don't deal with Easter, okay? Who deals with Easter? Caesar Borgia deals with Easter. So what are they about to pull? Okay, some magic and some witchcraft and some trickery. Okay, that's where this is coming from. If they move forward with it, now we know that these devils have contingency plans. And see, you haven't heard, they didn't push this because they formulated whatever this is tomorrow. They formulated this years ago. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll follow through with this particular psyop. Okay, it may have been exposed, it may have been thwarted out, compromised, if you will. But for every one they have what, 3 or 4 contingencies. So something else might happen on Easter or after. Maybe they'll push it back a week, right? Just to throw you off, okay? Or what you might think happened on Easter. Like, for example, everybody said that the world was coming to an end on 2012, and they were right. That was the beginning date of the end or whatever. And then it takes however long for it to completely fall or whatever. As far as time goes, going back to what? No man knoweth the time. Okay, 1,000 years is as what to the Most High? So when is he going to get it according to the Most High's time? That he only knows, motherfucker, but somehow you can formulate that, right? Caesar Borgia is going to show up on Easter, right? This guy made a book. He got Caesar on the cover. So that's who you're speaking on behalf of, saying that he's Jesus and that somehow he deals with Easter. That's too many lies in one basket, right? So, I mean, we can start right here. Oh, the white lady with the blue eyes. Yep. Sirach 12 and 10. We know exactly how to deal with that in the spirit. Never trust thine enemy. For like as I am rested, so is his wickedness. Though him, and the guy's just so soft-spoken, and you can believe everything he says because he's the so-called white man, and he's never going to tell a lie. And I'm just a, well-spoken, right, yarn spinner. I've been doing this at least 15 years now, and I'm good at it. And my day has come. Anyway. Sirach 12 and 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Okay? Jump down to 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? This dude is a wily serpent. I'm gonna tell you all about UFOs and God, and I'm gonna bring it all together for you and leave out the most important part. What is that, niggas? No, it's a white lady came and said she was ISIS. Really? Okay, well, what else? On some Betty and Barney Hill. I mean, if you can't tell a real sighting from a government sighting, if the government is involved in it, if they're not involved in it, they're going to get involved in it. That might have happened to this guy, right? Some of what he's saying rings true, but then when it's and then they put me under, right? Like Betty and Barney Hill, when they did regression, hitting the, and anything that this devil does, we just said never trust him, and never. What does never mean? Never. Because as soon as he puts you under, what is he trained to do? He's trained to insert a memory of whatever. Oh, and this white lady appeared. Yeah, there you go. And take out the memory of the angels with the afros. These shadowy, amazing how, you know, the angels are shadowy, but then when we get to the hero of the story, which is the white woman with blue eyes, then we get to explain her in her fullness. Her eyes, she was shining them, and she's the one with the power, not the shadowy figures. The shadowy figures were who? Who's that? The black ones, the shadowy ones. But let's describe the white person with the lily white skin and a glow and blue eyes. And she gave me the message, not the shadowy ones. You understand? You gotta listen to what a motherfucker's saying. So, was it the shadowy demons that brought this angel of light to you, and then she revealed this message to you? Sounds like a government operation. Okay. I was fascinated by Betty and Barney Hill as a kid. And then when you grow up and you find out that it was all an operation designed, right, to suck you in, you're like, this, damn, well, that'll never happen again. When I hear some shit, I'll be able to use Betty and Barney Hill as a signpost to know when somebody is lying. If they were able to do Betty and Barney back in the 60s, make them believe that they went on a spaceship and were operated on, right? That one's a Nazi. Wait a minute. Really? Because the Nazis had a program, right? With Joe Mengele, and he was making the little grays, if you will. So it's a whole operation, Betty and Barney. So who's this guy telling the same fucking story years later? They must be much better at abducting people, right? With their little child trafficking operation that they use this lie to conduct, right? The spaceships, the little green men, and we doing heavy traffic with that, right? With the technology that you've been given, what did you do with it? You went and upped your traffic game first, right? Use some stealth technology to what? Get away with to get away with the crimes on these islands and da-da-da-da. It's all coming out, man. But what do you have to do? Now you got to use that thing to try to do what? To pull the wool. You got to try to pull off this great invasion. There is going to be a space invasion. They know about it. So what are they doing? Trying to produce their own. That's what they've been working on. What do you think this Hollywood was about? One day we're going to have to fake this alien invasion, right? If Von Braun was talking about that, they had to be talking about that in the 50s. Right? Von Braun came, okay, in the 40s. When these Nazi scientists were working on UFOs in Nazi Germany, in during World War II. What year was it? It was like 43, 40 before that. So in the 30s and in the 40s, they've been working on UFOs, right? So by the sheer fact that they're working on UFOs back that far, they're working on a cover story for the UFO invasion that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to. They're trying to duplicate it, right, and control the narrative with their own story. So if they've been working on UFOs actively and anti-gravity, which they were doing back in Nazi Germany and before that, okay, all of that is part of the cover story of them acting like they are the Most High and the angels, and that somehow they're running this. They got a parallel program. Oh, we got to make a flying disc. We got to be able to do that one day, and then we got to tell a story, right? A lie, to be able to make people believe that it's actually us in those craft. And what we're going to do is we're going to brainwash everybody to believe that, and then how they're going to do things our way, calling that the New World Order. And somehow we're going to trick God out of him coming back because our time is up. Right? That's their plan. Sounds crazy, but we didn't make up the movies, right? They got real good at Hollywood got real good at the movies, right? To when they have Will Smith in a big ass chariot coming up, right? What are they doing? They're getting ready to fake the real one. It's called Project Bluebeam, and it might be going down to, but this is how important this whole thing is. Bluebeam is very, 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 very important to the overall scheme of things. Because what is it? It's them faking the second coming of Yahushua. Are they going to do it? You damn right they've been working on it for a long time. Could it happen tomorrow? Not listening. Because if it don't happen tomorrow, it will happen very soon. Why? Let me get it. Revelation 12. This nigga he's pushing it. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in that's the kingdom. That's us. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He knows. He sees the chariot. Oh, the chariot stopped the nuke that BB. Oh shit, they know about that. They know. Now the chariots are showing up more. They had to send, and listen to this guy, Bledsoe. They had to send up their drones to muddy the waters, is what he said. Okay, so what is being said that nobody's paying attention? That Bluebeam could happen. This guy didn't come out and say Project Bluebeam is going to happen on Easter Sunday, 2020. He didn't come out and say that. Here's what he did say: UFOs and what he calls the angels are going to reveal themselves on Easter. Really, why? Why not on the Passover, which happened on April 1st? Shouldn't they know what the Passover is? Or shouldn't they know that Easter is some bullshit, but somehow they're going to adhere to and align themselves with a lie that has nothing to do with Yahushua, nor the angels, nor righteousness, or any of that, but somehow they're going to show themselves on this day and align themselves with Caesar Borgia. You know what? It doesn't happen that way. But what does happen is what? Never trust thine enemy, because this nigga is pulling a device that could happen tomorrow, right? And here's the thing: as many people that know about Project Bluebeam, nobody knows about it. Okay, and they can pull it off. All they got to do is, people that do know about it, they'll believe it too, knowing exactly what it is. They'll fall in line. Strong delusion. Okay. So, I mean, and if it does happen tomorrow, we're going to laugh. They're going to have Caesar in the sky. Come on. And how many people are going to believe that? Right? There's people that, oh, no, he's Middle Eastern. He's Middle Eastern. He's not white. He's not. Put Caesar in the sky and see how many people bow down to it. That is some strong, that's a heavy witchcraft, is what that is. Okay? And they're going to stand now with it tomorrow. You think not? The last card, Carol Rosen, the last card is the alien invasion. Project Bluebeam. Well, here we are. And they're saying that tomorrow, which is the biggest clue, they're naming a date and giving you the time. Hey, they're going to reveal themselves and say, here we are on the Devil's Day. Right? Caesar Borgia can pop up on a chariot in the sky, and a bunch of orbs are going to come out and say, yep, this is real. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, that's slated to happen. Now, let me ask you this. That lie they told about going to the moon in 69, they're telling the same lie again. But this time the lie has holes in it. I went to work with my colleagues last night, and the moon mission came up. I said, well, why are they not? They went all the way to the moon, but they're not going on it. They're just going to go around, fly around it, and that doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense. And you know you can't explain that. And you're going to try right now because you know that don't make no damn sense. One of the Edomites said, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make, you're right. It doesn't. I'm like, oh, you just told the truth. The other one, oh no, but that. I'm like, but you can't tell me that they went all the way out there, didn't hop on the moon. That's telling you that they never went. That's telling you that they ain't going out that far. Okay, it's telling you that Leo, low Earth orbit, nigga, they can't get out of it. You gotta tell a better lie than that. You gotta tell the same lie that you told in 69. Oh, we went back out there and we landed, right? And then you gotta prove it. And you can't. You'll get caught. So, we're just gonna fly around. We can pull that one off in an underwater tank. Okay? So everywhere that comes out of this devil's mouth. Now, why did they send that probe out there to go around the moon? Because they didn't. They sent that whatever out there, that projector, because tomorrow's Easter. They sent that blue beam projector out there, and everybody said, oh, they're going to the moon. No, you're not, nigga. You're taking that projector out there, timed with blue beam. Is it sufficiently sprayed? Looks like it is. Yesterday was nothing up there. I'm like, oh, they must be getting ready for tomorrow. So we'll see. And again, if they don't do it tomorrow, they're going to do it. They have to. Everything is about that. Everything is about them trying to fake Yahushua coming back. That's their plan. And that's what this guy, Chris Bledsoe, is involved in, whether he knows it or not. Okay, you can't say two things out the side. Oh, it's Jesus, it's Jesus. But Jesus said that no man knows the time, but you're given. They're going to reveal themselves on this day. No, New Age boy. No, you can't fool the very elect. And time is short. There's ways to break this thing. And they're going to fool a lot of people. Strong delusion. This is Matthew 24. Back at it. The very elect. Is that 25, 25? 24, 24, right? Very elect. Yep. Let's read first. Yeah, let's just read that, because that tells you what blue beam is, right? Here's blue beam. Oh, wow. Short. This is all of it. I'll start at 22. Matthew 24 and 22, and except those days should be shortened. That's why this devil knoweth that he hath but a short time. He also knows that the days are short. He knows that they're being shortened and time is being sped up. This nigga knows and trembles. Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then, if any man shall say, Yo, Salah. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, what is he saying? here is Hamashiach, or there, believe it not. Who's saying that? Chris Bledsoe. Oh, this is Jesus. I haven't said this until right now, but this is about Jesus, and he's coming on Easter Sunday. But really? Believe it not. Then, if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christ. There's Chris, false Chris, and false prophets, and shall show great signs of, he's showing what? Project Bluebeam. What is great signs and wonders? Technology. Project Bluebeam. What was that? Oh, the rocket's going to go around the moon. Project Bluebeam. That's the technology. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great. What are great signs and wonders? Technology. What is Project Bluebeam? Technology. This is what we're talking about right now. What did Chris Bledsoe say that was going to happen on Easter? So he said that Christ, the angels, are going to reveal themselves. I believe these are the angels. I believe this is Christ. So they have it set up now. This devil done maneuvered his way in to say that Jesus is arriving on Easter Sunday tomorrow. Now, because this isn't being pushed as hard as it should be, that leads me to believe that they nixed this a long time ago, that they're not going to move forward with it because more people would know about it and be anticipating. But it's so full of holes. It's just, the knowledge at the 9 years ago when they planned this, or whenever they started this, 15 years or however long, they didn't understand that knowledge would be so advanced at this time that this is laughable. Right? Oh, he's going to show up and no. Too many people know, right? The verses about no man knoweth the time, and that know about Bluebeam, and there's too much knowledge out there. So to try to do this, you got to do it. Oh, not just because it's Easter, but you got to do it because there's a bombing campaign. Suddenly, save us. Oh, we're getting bombed and strafed right here. Suddenly, that'll be the time to do it. Understand? And I'm sure that they have a contingency that involves turmoil. Okay, well, let's do it in the middle of chaos. Not simply for the fact that it's Easter Sunday. That would happen in a case where there wasn't so much information out there. That makes it laughable. So they had to, they ain't gonna do it. If they try, it's just gonna be funny. It's gonna be, yeah, well, here comes Caesar on Easter. That makes sense. To no Israelite, right? Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. What does that mean? You ain't fooling us. Look at that, Caesar. That's Caesar, first of all. Your Bluebeam puts up Caesar Borgia. That's not Yahushua. Very elect are like that. That ain't Yahushua. That's Caesar Borgia. And this demon that came to you that told you about that ain't no angel. That's an angel of light. That's the devil disguised as an angel of light, and so is your story. And you can't fool the very elect. It just can't be done. All right, so that's showing you that time. Okay, what time? Shit. This devil's desperate, right? And just for the fact, if you don't do this tomorrow, if you don't try to do it, we know that that was an attempt. It was a failed attempt, and you aborted that mission, and we'll continue to look for it in a different arena or at a different specific time, like a turmoil, chaos. Oh, we're going to do it on Easter? Really? That was a failed projection. We can see right through that clearly. So I mean, it takes long to get there. Let's see. Get some more on this guy because And what is this Easter? What is this Ishtar shit? Anyway, what is this demonic day tomorrow? That should ring bells. Oh, they're bringing the power to heal and all of this. So they shoot with that blue beam. They're going to show some great signs and wonders. They're going to show some. Let me play a little bit of this. The 2026
Comes to
event.
starting your business,
So
not all
lucky.
services are created equal. That's where Busy stands out. We offer
Regulus rises before dawn in the gaze of the Sphinx, which faces east every single year, not just in 2026. So I don't understand why Bledsoe was told this would happen in 2026 in particular. What's more, he said that he was told this happens at Easter of 2026, but Regulus isn't visible at dawn at that time of year in Egypt. It's below the horizon.
It is in Las Vegas, Nevada, though. I checked up on it. So it is doable. They could be referring to that. It's neither here nor there.
Regulus actually makes its first appearance before dawn in the gaze of the Sphinx in early September.
Not in
So
Las
there are
Vegas,
weird
Nevada.
things about this that don't really make sense and make it tempting to dismiss the whole thing. I'm not quite willing to do that yet because there are some genuinely compelling astrological aspects to Bledsoe's story. And one of them has to do with the very same star of Regulus, which made a hugely significant transition just before Bledsoe received his prophecy in 2012. To get what I'm about to explain, you need to understand the difference between the tropical zodiac, mostly used by Western astrologers, and the sidereal zodiac, which tends to be favored by Vedic astrologers. The tropical zodiac is fixed to the seasons.
So here we go with the
solstices, and
witchcraft.
equinoxes, while the sidereal zodiac is fixed to the actual constellations.
Here we
But
go.
due to what we call the precession,
Due to what we call the scriptures, we can break this down real quick. So let's do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and close, but let's go straight to Jeremiah 10 and break that thing on down. What's he talking about, the zodiac? Jeremiah 10 and 1. Learn not, right? Don't fuck with that slugging. Don't mess with that zodiac. That's the way of the heathen. They're dismayed at the signs of heaven. And we're the signs of heaven. They're dismayed. The king, we're the signs of the kingdom. Because Esau's the end of the world. Jeremiah 10 and 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord hath spoken unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord power. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. What are they talking about? The Regulus and how the lion's mouth and da-da-da. Yeah, all of that means something, right? On both sides. For the heathen are dismayed at them. See, it doesn't bother us. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe, they deck it with silver and gold, they fasten it with nails and hammers that it move not. They are upright as a palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. So don't worry about their customs and their, things that we actually used to be involved in. That witchcraft, but get out of it and repent and rebuke that shit, okay? Because we're in the time of real power, not magic and witchcraft and left-handed bullshit. We're in the time, right, of being superhuman beings. All right, so hang in there, right? We're almost the hell up out of here, all right? And tomorrow, we'll keep our eye on these devils and understand that, it's got to get a lot worse before it gets worse, right? And what saves from what? If Yahushua is coming to save somebody tomorrow, save from what? We ain't seen no war over here yet. Where's the saving? Saving from what? Iran is just getting started, right? So, yeah, just get ready to be a pilgrim. How about that? Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. for this is the whole duty of man. Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. We're in the feast of unleavened bread. You brothers, keep your head up. Stay on point. Stay alert. Stay focused. Stay on your watch. Stay humble with a contrite heart, which is your mind, all right? And let's contrite and humble our way, right? Right up to the cherry, okay? No, spiritual fight doesn't require, haste. It requires patient continuance, right? And long suffering. Got some suffering to do yet, and it's just about to we're just getting the beginning of sorrows. Wait till we get to the middle of sorrows, all right? So with that, we pray that the elect were edified. We face the east. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Lakat Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops, great millstone, even the elder that came before them that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. Hopefully, like to have a day. The shalom.